on ourselves at the end. They're all typing it in right now. So I think you had a successful segment. Hey, stay with us if you can.
I will.
We're going to visit with a couple more guests. This has been a lot of fun, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Next up on Pensacola Business Radio is Keith. We'll find out how to pronounce his last name in a moment. He's owner-president with Foodie Life. So this is timely and appropriate. We're talking about food stuff. Lay it on us, man. Foodie Life. What are you out there doing for folks?
Well, first I gotta say you left me hungry, so I think I know where I'm going when I leave here. But
and what did you like? How do you pronounce your last name?
Hoffert. Yeah.
I probably would have done. I had a 50-50 shot at it.
Hoffert.
Yep.
Hoffert.
Okay.
Pronounced like it sounds.
So we left you hungry, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, Foodie Life is the beginning of a brand. Is what I'm doing here. Everything. I've grown up a chef. Been a chef for 22 years. Have been in every form of skullduggery and chefery and fun and music and the life of food. And I've decided that I want to share that experience and build that as a brand and start getting out to people and let them relate to it. I think like the gentleman just said, we all got to eat, and people got to eat, and we all have food, and it all connects us in some way, shape, or form. You know, whether it's your family, whether it's your business lunch, whether it's just what you had for breakfast or what you're going to eat for your workout plan. It's all there, and we all do it. So why not build a brand with it and a fun and exciting culture.
So current and near-term expression of this brand, are we looking at a magazine, a media property, or a way to distribute new foods? Or
I think it's going to be more of an idea, but expressed through all of those things.
Okay.
Working on a book right now, doing some film stuff and stuff for TV. Working on apparel and all kinds of cool logo stuff.
Oh, so we could get at some point in the near future Foodie Life shirts and hats.
Absolutely. Hats, stickers. Yeah, you name it, we'll put the name on it. Yeah.
Right.
So, but I think it ultimately is an idea that revolves around food and the culture and things that happen around it, whether it's travel, whether it's sitting at a bar with your friends, whether it's the dinner table or the diplomatic meeting or you name it, it's got food in it somehow.
So what do you need, and how can the folks at this table help? Do you need or want funding? Do you need more help getting the word out? Or?
I mean, who doesn't want funding?
Right.
So yeah, anybody wants to write a check?
Well, no,
we
Ryan's
take
loaded.
cash, absolutely.
Ryan,
So-
you got plenty of money, and you love food.
Yeah, I love food. Foodie is a term that we hear all the time.
Sure.
But what does that mean? You just like to eat, or you're like in the food culture? I mean, can you define that for us?
Wow. Well, I think for me, growing up in the restaurant industry, for me, it's an entire life experience. It's the madness that comes with feeding the dinner rush. It's the closing the bar at 2 a.m. and heading out with your buddies to have a drink. It's the learning of the food. It's the prepping of it, the excitement you get when you throw the turducken in the oven. Mm-hmm. For me, it is the professional side of it. But I think for a lot of people, it's the experience. I mean, what takes you to a restaurant around town? Well, it's the food, or it's the experience, or it's, let's try this or let's try that, or somebody that works there. So, I think it's going to be so many different things to so many different people.
Right.
But it all has to do with food.
It sounds like with you, though, it's not what you do, it's who you are.
Absolutely.
And you can say that a lot about different things. So just remind our listeners, we're talking with Keith Hoffert with Foodie Life here on Pensacola Business Radio. And maybe you can speak about the restaurant businesses here in Pensacola. Do you have a favorite place, or have you seen it changed over the years?
Oh, gosh, what hasn't changed in here over the years? When I got back from college in 2000, I think there were still tumbleweeds rolling through the downtown streets. And now, not only in the downtown, but starting, on the west side as well, it's just become this fantastic, eclectic collection of foodie destination. I've known lots of the chefs here. I have lots of favorite places, and I don't want to just name one or two because that's just not fair, because there are just so many here that are good. But it's not even just the restaurants. It's the fact that we're starting to cover a range of global food. Mm-hmm. You're not just getting Southern seafood, and you're not just getting Cajun, you're not just getting French, you're getting, I mean, everything from Cuban to Italian to the Caribbean to Spanish to Tex-Mex. I mean, you name it, it's here, and it's either already here or it's starting to get influenced in. And man, I'm just a foodie, so I'll eat it all. I'll at least try it once, you know.
So are your wheels turning like mine, Ryan? When we get here permanently, and certainly anytime we do the mobile broadcast as well, but when we get here permanently, do you think it would be cool to have on a regular rhythm a segment where Keith or someone on his team were to come in and report on stuff from that world? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Don't you think that would be fun?
Yeah, absolutely. I think people need it. I've lived here 20-something years, and there are still places that I have not eaten at because I didn't know they were there, or just either haven't had time, but mostly because I didn't know they were there. So there's new stuff popping up all the time, and especially with all the food trucks that are coming in now, you never know where they're going to be because they tend to be mobile, but it's always something different. So.
And you mentioned earlier in the broadcasting, we had a nice dinner last night at Jackson's, but didn't realize this is Restaurant Week here in Pensacola. So they're featuring, restaurants are featuring special menu options and items for everyone. So probably why the restaurant was so crowded last night as well.
So, did you have oysters yesterday?
I didn't have the oysters.
It was National Oyster Day yesterday.
It was. I love oysters. No, I had margaritas, and then I, supplemented that with a steak.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I think tomorrow is National Beer Day, so make sure you get a beer.
Oh, there you go.
You're heading out to the Floribama, so that's inevitable.
No, but back to your point there a minute ago, you're right. The restaurant community here is mushrooming up into this huge cloud.
No, I had no idea.
And we need to focus some of the business aspects behind it. Those who support the restaurants, those who are visiting the restaurants, and what's next for the restaurant community here in Pensacola.
So that'll be fun to do. So kind of early stages in your building of this brand, or at least in your going out. So right now, what would you like folks to be doing in response to your work?
Just awareness to the brand right now. We've got the Facebook page up. We've got the Twitter account up, working on the website, working on a lot of other things to go with it. But really just whether you're sharing our post on the Facebook or you're retweeting the tweets with that. And then as we grow with the local businesses and produce markets and shops and restaurants and chefs and other foodies, just help get it out there. I mean, we've got to just build some awareness and let the brand sort of organically do what it's going to do.
So we're going to definitely make that happen. And we'll just tell our listeners right now, you just heard from our Business Radio X foodie correspondent, Keith Hofer. Right?
That'll work.
Which is hired. There's nothing like closing the deal just right there in the moment. That's a God wink, right?
That'll work. I'll take it.
So any of those coordinates that we can and should leave with the folks, we will make sure that it gets posted in the posting of this, but if it comes to mind, it's easy enough to recite the Facebook page or something?
Yeah, the Facebook page is just simply, you can search for Foodie Life 1. It's and the number 1.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah, that's real easy.
So you're pretty good at the whole marketing thing too, right?
I don't say that because then you'll jinx me. But it just worked out. It was one of those things where I was able to just grab the names and URLs and all of that, and luckily nobody else had grabbed it before me. So, but yeah, so Foodie Life 1 with Facebook, and then we've got the YouTube channel and all that stuff. So we'll be sharing all these things, and the Facebook page has been up and running for a while, so you really kind of get a good visual grasp on what we're doing and who we are.
So Ryan's busy. He's on your Facebook page now.
He's getting hungry too.
Yeah, exactly. Checking it out. Where we hopefully have a lunch menu here pretty soon, and then definitely a dinner option for us later. So
this is going to be fun. We're going to continue to have this relationship, and we're quite sincere in that offer. I think that would add a marvelous.
Sincere in my yes. I'll take it.
Plus, just based on the conversation, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if we run into you over the weekend, because it sounds like we're going to be visiting some neat places. Hang with us if you can. We're still going to visit with 2 more folks in this segment of Pensacola Business Radio. But this is fantastic. Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. All right. Next up on Pensacola Business Radio today, we have with the academic